Today's talk is about being outside, it's about enjoying the weather when you can, the rain, the sun, the clouds, the wind. Excuse my language. Um, there's a lot of goals that we set for ourselves that we want to accomplish because we really do, but it's only for the first 2 days that we really want those goals, and then by the weekend it seems we want to resolve back to our old habits. And I kind of used to question myself, why can I feel like my life is shit, and I know it's shit, and I know I want to do something for it, but I'm not doing it for myself. And it's all about discipline and rationalism. You got to be rational with yourself and ask yourself, why do I want to be that? Why am I not comfortable? Why is everything in my life right now that seems to be okay not feel okay? And then you'll find out that a lot of the times you just want to grow, you want something new, you want to experience something new. And a lot of the times that can be good, that can be bad. That could be bad temptations, or it could be good temptations to want to do better for yourself. But all that matters is that you take action towards good things and focus on that. Stay positive. Go outside. Force yourself to go outside. You might not want to, but that's how it is, you know? You're not going to want to do everything sometimes. There's not a dopamine sometimes. You just got to put yourself in a scenario that you hope will be better for yourself. And then 9 times out of 10, it is. See, I was kind of thinking an hour was too far to come out here to go on a hike. I should go to a park next to my house. But now that I'm here, I'm super happy I came here. The air, the water, I just saw some otters earlier. And I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know? You don't have to be certain about the end of your goal, but you got to be certain that you're going to start it. There can't be change if there is no change. There can't be positivity if there is no change in that mindset. You got to want to do it for yourself. And then, and part of doing that, you got to act like the person you want to be. What would the person I want to be do in this scenario? That's a very valid question to ask yourself. And there's a few things I want to pick up on this book, talk to y'all about, and speak on y'all that I highlighted, and I feel like helped me understand a lot more things in a different way. But I gotta sit down this camera real quick and put it down so I can open it up. Okay, so I'm just about to put the camera down, and back to what I was talking about, some things I wanted to mention that I've highlighted in my book. The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Let's see. Okay. The first thing I noticed that was pretty eye-opening to me is the idea of sudden gains or losses. Sudden success or winnings can be very dangerous. And I was like, that seems reasonable. A lot of famous people, they blow up, they get everything they want, and then they crumble beyond what they were when they first started. And then I started to think, like, why is this? It's like, when gains come quickly, we tend to lose sight of the basic wisdom that true success. And what that basically is saying is once we get everything we want, the goals we wanted, we achieve them, that's all we wanted. Like, there is no more determination a lot of the time for a lot of people to keep on going. And that's what it's always about, changing. That's why you can have a good situation you're in right now, but you still want to change. And that's good. But it got to be good that it's good change. Can't be bad change. Once you're on top, you gotta stay there. You gotta keep on going. You gotta keep on understanding. Get closer to God. Get closer to your family. Get closer to your fans, your friends, whoever it is that are watching you, your peers, your grandkids, your nephews. And it's just like another thing I wanted to touch on. Whenever you experience unusual gains or losses, that is precisely the time to step back and counterbalance them with some necessary commissions or optimism. Commissions, I don't know if I said that right, but I think what it's basically saying is when you experience a high gain or high loss, don't dive into it right away. Don't take it for granted. Don't take any opportunity for granted that is major or that is detrimental. Take a step back, think, be rational. Think about what you want to do, what it's going to be like tomorrow, what got you there, why do you want to be here, and why is that? Why do you want to be here? Why do you want to be the person you want to be? Is it really that important to you? Is it what you believe in? Because what you believe in, you won't give away for anything. Because that's what you believe in, that's who you are. And you're not just going to give away who you are for any reason. And then another thing I highlighted in a part of Master Your Emotional Self, instead, see other people, we are continually frustrated and upset. Instead, see other people as phenomena, as neutral, as comets or planets. They simply exist. They come in all varieties, making life rich and interesting. Everyone's supposed to be different. You're not supposed to be like the other person. You might want character traits from someone, and that's fine. But don't let it become your whole idea. Don't become someone that you're not. Because you're not anybody but you. God made us all equally individual and unique, no matter what that is. If that's a burden we carry, or if that's the genetic differences we have in each other, it's all different. We all got different stories. Two same people are not alike, right? Even twins don't share the same fingerprint. Come on now, you know. So, and this is another thing. Find the optimal balance of thinking and emotions. There's an ancient Greek metaphor for the laws of human nature when it comes to your rational thinking and your actions. And the Greek metaphor is the rider and the horse. The rider being the mind, and the horse being the actions you're taking. Both have to be equally in control. You can't be too heavy on the horse, and the horse can't be too much in control. You have to coexist with each other. You have to understand the physical, and you have to understand the mental. You gotta have hope and understand and be positive and be optimistic and be rational. Be open to everything. Don't narrow your gaze onto a certain idea or an idea of who someone is or something is or what someone's told you something is. Open your horizon. Be optimistic, but also be curious to know the facts. Just because someone tells you all the goals and things they achieved doesn't mean that it's true. See them for who they really are. Their actions have done in front of you without speaking. That is what's mainly important. Without the horse, no energy, no power. You can have all the mental in the world, you can have all the ideas that you have in your head, and they could be wonderful, but they will not be anything if you do not take action. And that's why it's important. When you get those thoughts in your head about changing and wanting to do something different, you execute them when you can, and as quickly as you can. Get it out of your head, get it on paper, write it down, make sure it happens. And you might not want to do it the next day, but that's okay. That's why you wrote it down, because that's your list. That's your chore for today. It's to do what you told yourself yesterday you wanted to do, and that's what's important. Coming back to me, today it's my fourth day of sobriety. It's kind of hard for me to say, but I had problems with substances, with weed and alcohol, and I would just stay isolated in my house. And I always wanted to change. I knew it was bad. A lot of you know things are bad. A lot of you know that God is real, but you don't want to turn your faith to Him. And what you got to understand is that's okay. Being like that is okay. Just because you're optimistic and you're living the life you live right now doesn't mean you can't change for the better. And it doesn't mean God can't forgive you. That's why Jesus died on the cross. It's for our sins. So God can look at us and forgive us for our sins that we have done. We're human nature. It's human nature to do this. Just understand that change is very important in the process of growing. It's the only thing that's going to get you to grow is change. You can't keep on doing the same routine expecting a different outcome. That's completely insanity. You have to change. You have to build that house with different bricks, new materials, new ideas, new hopes. It's okay if people laugh at you, if it seems awkward to do the things you want to do, but that's what it's supposed to be like. Things that you want to do that are difficult and that you know you want to do are supposed to be difficult. I might have said that weird, but everything you really want to accomplish is hard. That's because you want to accomplish it. But what are you going to do to accomplish it? Are you going to really do it, or are you going to let it scare you away? There's no such thing as being too busy for anything. And there's no such thing as not having the possibility to do anything. The mental is infinite, and the universe is infinite. There's no way that we can't do anything we wanted. From a family of poverty to a millionaire, there's a million stories of that. But we all still think that we can't do it. Why is that? Because we're too far gone? Because no one's telling us to be better? Everyone's okay with who we are? It's because deep down inside, a lot of other people don't want to see you succeed. And that's the sad reality of things, you know? Like, a lot of people would want you to rather stay at home, be indoors. Your relationship, you know, your girlfriend might want you to stay home, or you might want your boyfriend might want you to stay home, you know, out of insecurities of you experiencing new emotions. And that's okay. But you gotta push through that. You gotta let them know. You gotta not be around people like that. You gotta break the barrier, you know? There's a lot of people who are good down you for doing things that are better for yourself. Going to the gym, they're like, you don't look any better than you did 3 months ago. That's okay, but your mental is better. Your mind space is better. And guess what? Your determination is better. Your schedule is better. You're doing it regardless of the success that you see. World is not somewhere you can put a couple hours of work in and you're gonna get it back. You're not. It's not how it works. You gotta keep on doing it, keep on doing it until the ice breaks, until the melting point. Sorry for that. The melting point is that 1 degree, that one day. That's that opportunity, and that's all that matters. When you get to that day, what are you gonna have to show for it? You know. Let me see. And then another thing I want to say is you have to transform self-love into empathy. Yes, it's important to love yourself, but it's also important to be empathetic to other people. You never know what someone is going through, and it's important for you to understand and be optimistic that even the worst of worst people believe that what they're doing is right, or what they're doing is all they know, and that's okay. That's all they know. If they hurt you, it's the hardest thing to forgive them, but that's the truest form of self-love, is forgiving others for not them but for yourself, so you can understand that you're a loving person, that you're not a hurting person. No matter what anybody is going to do to you, it's not going to break you. It's not going to turn you against anybody. It's not going to change your mental. Your soul is always going to be the same no matter what anybody does for you. And I feel like that's like the hardest thing, you know? Someone hurts you, you wanna hurt them back. You wanna go feel something. You wanna go do a drug. You wanna go out. You wanna get revenge. You wanna talk on them badly, and that's okay. But what is that gonna get you? What is that gonna get you tomorrow? Is that gonna push you in front of them tomorrow? No, that's pushing you behind them. You're making yourself down to their level. You gotta stoop up above their level. Revenge is only good in the is only positive, good in a positive way. Sorry. But revenge is only good in a positive way. That's the only type of revenge you should be seeking. God will rebuild you in front of those who broke you. And you gotta let that sink in. God will rebuild you in front of those who broke you. It's happened to me, and I didn't even believe in God, you know? But I don't know. It's hard for me. We take it all for granted. A lot of us take it for granted. Like, I'm a capable person of being able to walk. I have no issues with my health. And why ain't I thankful every day for that? You know? Why can't I be extremely thankful that I got food on my table? I can provide for myself. I can go to work, you know? It's all about being rational. Think about it. Think about your life. Yes, there's a lot of bad things about it. It could be worse, though. For those of you who have it the worst, that's going to be the best story to hear. That's the only story people want to hear. The rags to riches story. You are what that story is made for. You are the own chooser of your destiny. You got to do it for you and whoever you love. You know, there's a lot of black sheeps in families, but the black sheeps are the ones who make it. They keep on being able to deal with the pressure. They keep on being able to deal with the tasks the world gives to them that they don't understand, that they don't feel like they deserve. It turns them into diamonds. All that pressure, something beautiful, and then people want to get around that diamond. And now people want to see that diamond, but you got to stay that pressure on yourself. Don't let in people who only want to be around you when you have food. Be around those you ate with when you were hungry. Those are the people that matter. The people who were there for you when you weren't there for yourself. Thank you.
What kind of music y'all feeling? I gotta have something.